All right, I think we can do this. We're ready to roll. Where are we? Cleveland. Looks like at New York. Last series, maybe last game. Not 100% sure. Let's have some fun. Let me go over to this next section so I can go over the lineups. All right. Cleveland lineup, it's going to be Rick Manning in center field leading off, Buddy Bell, the third baseman, batting second, Larvell Blanks, the second baseman, batting third. DH is Rico Carty. Left field is George Hendrick. First base is Joe List, batting sixth. Seventh is Charlie Spikes, the right fielder. Shortstop Duffy, batting eighth. Batting ninth is Alan Ashby. For the Yanks, the first place Yanks, DH is Gene Locklear. Third baseman Greg Nettles, batting second. Third is Carlos May, left fielder. First baseman Chris Chambliss, cleanup. Fifth is Oscar Gamble. Sixth is Eli Hendricks, Elrod Hendricks. Center fielder Larry Murray. Second baseman batting eighth is Sandy Alomar. Batting ninth is Fred Stanley. The pitchers are Holtzman for the Yankees versus Eckersley for the Indians. So let's have some fun. I believe this is the last game. And we're right about to start. See what happens. And let's roll it. Rick Manning at the plate. And the pitch. And it's a 24, which is a fly ball. Left center field. And Murray and May come together, and it's May who makes the catch for out number one. Rick Manning flies out. Let's get a little crowd sound in the background. There we go. Buddy Bell now steps in the box. Got the mic next to me. All right, let's do this. So 52, that's going to be an error check. With a 50 and a pretty high number on the shortstop. Shortstop is Stanley, and he'll make that play. And it's going to be 6-3 for out number two. Don't know why I have a pen here. I don't really need a pen. And next is Larvell Blanks versus Kenny Holtzman. Kenny Holtzman checks in with Elrod Hendricks for the sign. And he winds and deals. And it's a 55. That's ripped to center. A rope off the bat of Blanks. And a 2-out single. Here's Carty. Holtzman looks at Blanks. Now he gets the sign from Hendricks to the belt. And he brings it. And the 35 will be a bouncer to second base. Scooped up by Alomar. Over to first. Now retires the side. Easy inning. Here come the Yanks. Gene Locklear against Dennis Eckersley. And that's a drive. That's going to be in the gap, and it's going to roll to the wall. Digging for second is Locklear. Here's the throw, and he is safe. Leadoff double. Gene Locklear. Next is Greg Nettles. Eckersley gets the pitch from Ashby, and he's ready. And lets it fly, and that will be ball four. So Nettles does an offer, and Eckersley loses him. Free ticket, first and second, nobody out. Carlos May next. Carlos May bats from the left side. Locklear takes his lead from second. Nettles from first. Eckersley looks in at Ashby. He's ready. And the pitch. And it's a 46 with an 18. That's going to drop in there. A looping liner that drops in. Manning got it. Locklear is going to score. Nettles is going to go to third. May is going to try for second. And let's see if he will make it there. Who did I say? Manning. Let's see if he makes it there. He will be out at second base, but a run does score. Trying to stretch a single into a double. And goes 8-2. He's a lefty, so it was on that side. So this, we'll say that Duffy was the cutoff. the tag. So it's 8-6. 1 run scores. Other one out at third, and the batter will advance. And we got one out. 1-0 New York. Chris Chambliss is up next. And Eckersley looks in at Chambliss, and he's ready. You know what? He's going to intentionally walk him to see if we get a double play out of this. And they're going to pitch to Oscar Gamble, and the pitch to Gamble. And Gamble with a 42. That'll be ball 4, and that's going to force it a run. Yikes. Elrod Hendricks is next. Infield is still back. Looking for that double play. 61. May struck him out. First out of the inning. The high heat gets Elrod Hendricks. Larry Murray, switch hitter, batting from the left side against the righty Eckersley, who looks at May at third base, who shuffles off the bag. Chambliss takes his lead. Gamble off first. And Ashby gives Eckersley the sign. He shakes him off, sees one he likes, sets the ball with grip out of sight. And he's ready to pitch to Larry Murray. And that's going to be a 45, which is a fly ball. Shallow center. Manning comes a couple of steps in and makes the catch. So holding at third will be Carlos May. And then you got Sandy Alomar with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Eckersley gets the sign from Ashby. He's set to pitch, tightens jaws. He gets the sign. Catcher sets his target, and the pitch comes in. And it's a 41. That's going to be another walk. Yes, it is. Ball 4. Forces in another run, 3-0. So it's Eckersley having issues with his control. Here's Fred Stanley. And the pitch to Stanley, trying to get this inning to over, and a swing and a miss struck him out. Holy smokes. Wow. All right, let's get some different rolls here. I'm going to change some dice a little bit. Let's change some dice. Oh. All right, we'll change some dice. And here's a pitch to George Hendrick, and it's 62. It'll be a fly ball center field. On the run is Murray, and he tracks it down one way. Joe Liss. Pitch to Liss, and now against the lefty. That's bounced through the left side, just by the diving Stanley, and Liss is on with a single. Charlie Spikes now. Spikes had a 237 with 3 home runs. Pitch from Holtzman. 16, and that'll be a crack to center. Murray, 2 down. And here's Duffy. Frank Duffy. Liss takes his lead. Holtzman throws over. He's back head first. Chambliss straddles the bag with the glove aimed at the pitcher. And the infielder's playing him straight away. So is the outfield. Duffy steps outside the box, takes a couple of practice swings, looks at the barrel, steps back in. Holtzman gets a sign from Hendricks and deals. And 61 will be again, this one's a skyscraper to center field. Larry Murray waits for it to come down, and that retires the side. Bottom of the second, Locklear leads off. Dennis Eckersley, 46 and a 6. We are in New York, so 46 and a 6. That's going to be shoots it behind the seats for a foul ball. Again, the pitch, 55. That's going to be lined for a single. So he's on with a single to right field, played on the hop by Spikes. Greg Nettles is next. Nettles with good power, 38 home runs so far. Dennis Eckersley gets the sign, looks at Locklear, looks back at Nettles, and he's ready. And a 15 will be a fly ball in the gap to right. Spikes after it, and he catches up to it. 1 down. Carlos May next. Carlos May is a decent hit and run guy. And there goes Locklear. And with that 9, yeah, he wasn't out there. So it's going to be popped up left side. Third baseman Bell in fair territory. Makes the catch. 2 down. Here comes Chris Chambliss. Chambliss, a lefty hitter. Locklear takes his lead. Eckersley to the belt. And that's ball 4. He walks Chambliss. First and second, 2 outs. That's I think the 4th walk of the game. Here's Oscar Gamble. And it's Eckersley to Gamble. It's 33, and that's going to be a 15, which is bounced to first. Taking it is Chambliss, steps on the bag, and that retires the side. Alan Ashby leading off the top of the 3rd. And a 62 is a bouncer to righty 3rd. Nettles, nice scoop. Strong throw to first. On the money to Chambliss. Nettles with an accurate throw to get the slow-footed Ashby. Rick Manning now, 66, and that's going to be pulled down the line into the right field corner. Gamble plays it off the carom. Manning's going to dig for 2. Here's the throw from Gamble, the tag from Stanley, and he is safe with a double, a 1-out double. I think it's the 2nd double of the game. And Buddy Bell is next. Buddy Bell bats on the right side, batting .266 on the season with 3 home runs. Pitch from Holtzman, and that's a 15. That'll be a fly ball to center, shallow center field. Larry Murray waits for it, and squeezes it for out number 2. And here's Larvell Blanks from Del Rio, Texas. He's a right-handed hitter. He bats .280, and here's the pitch. And that's ripped for a single. Let's see if the run will score. They're going to wave Manning around, and there's going to be a play at the plate, I believe. W will advance. It goes to center field, Larry Murray's arm. And here's the play at the plate. And Manning is tagged out by Hendricks. He is out. Throw is on the money. Larry Murray showing off his cannon. So it's a single, and an 8-2 runner is out at home to end the inning. Wow. All right. Eckersley faces Hendricks. Here's a pitch, and 42 is ball 4. How many walks is that for Eckersley? I didn't think he was that bad, but he seems to be terrible. 6 walks for Dennis Eckersley in this game. Larry Murray's next. And 12 will be a line drive to the left, and Hendrick is right there. Sandy should be L7. Sandy Alomar is going to square. Oh, and he swings and misses and strikes out. And here's Fred Stanley, 2 outs. With a 66, and that's going to drive over the center fielder's head. It was playing in shallow. They're going to wave Hendricks around, and digging for 3 is Stanley, and he is safe with a 2-out triple, RBI triple. Fred Stanley drives in run number 4. So Eckersley suffered in this game. He's gotten beat up a little bit. Here's Locklear. 45, man. That'll be a fly ball center field, racing in his Manning, and that retires the side. Just that I've done nothing but roll like 66s so far for against Eckersley. So Rico Cardi leads off against Holtzman. Here's a pitch of 45. And that's a bounce to the 3rd. Nettles, 1 down. Hendrick is up next. He's a righty. And 34 is going to be bounced up the middle, and that's a base hit for Hendrick. So he's on with a single. Joe Liss is next. Bats from the right side. Not a good hit and run guy. And that's a drive. That's a drive to left, way back. Carlos May back to the track, looks up, and that's gone. 4-2, excuse me. 2-run shot by Joe Liss. Joe Liss hit 2 home runs, hits 1 here. Wow. And it's Charlie Spikes. Not a lot of power. 51. That's going to be an error check with a 5. To the second baseman, Alomar. And Alomar looks like he's going to. Picks it up, throws, pulls Chambliss off the bag. So it's a one base error on the second baseman, Sandy Alomar. Spikes is on at first with 1 out. Here's Frank Duffy. And Holtzman checks the sign, looks at Spikes, and deals to Duffy with a 64. It will be a 16, and that's going to go to the shortstop, who does not have a strong arm, so it's going to be a fielder's choice for the second out, and Duffy will be at first. For Ashby, Alan Ashby coming up. He's a switch hitter, batting .245 with 7 home runs. Holtzman checks in with Hendricks, and he deals. And it's a 16, which will be a swing and a miss. Struck him out. Gets him with the high heat. And we move to the bottom of the 4th. Nettles leads off for the Yankees against Dennis Eckersley. Here's a pitch at 34, and that is a bouncer to second. Nice play by Blanks over to first, 1 down. Carlos May steps in the box. He's a lefty. Eckersley gets the sign from Ashby, winds and deals, and a 14 will be grounded to second again. This time, Blanks to his left, plants his feet, and throws sidearm to first, 2 down. Chambliss, the pitch, and a 12, which just popped up in front of the plate, and the catcher waits for it and cradles it for the out. We go to top of the 5th. Rick Manning leads off. Rick Manning versus Kenny Holtzman. 4-2, New York. New York, 4 runs, 4 hits, 1 error. The Indians with 2 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. And the pitch of 52 is an error check. That number's going to be too high. To the shortstop, Stanley charges, scoops it, fires, and in time, 1 down. Manning's retired. Oh, was a good guy to keep off the bases. Here's Buddy Bell, and that's going to be trouble. And that's going to be ripped to left. Carlos May plays it on a hop. Larvell Blanks is up now. And he's a pretty good hit and run guy, so there goes Bell, and 8. Let's see what it will be. It will be a ground ball to, he's a righty, a ground ball to short, but runner will advance. There's only 1 play, that's the first. So moves the runner over, which is why you hit and run. And here's Rico Carty, always dangerous. Rico Carty batting .302, 7 home runs. Holtzman gets a sign from Hendrick, and he deals 24. That's ripped and caught by Alomar. Alomar positioned perfectly and steals a hit from Carty and possibly a run to end the inning. Eckersley now. And let's see Eckersley, how many he's faced. Eckersley's faced 22, give up 6 walks and 4 hits. So Gamble now. Oscar Gamble leads off. Hopefully Eckersley can get his control back. 65, and that's 1-13, and that's going to be bounced to first base. Liss picks it up, 1 down. And Hendricks is next with 35, and that'll be a swing and a miss. Struck him out, 2 down. Here's Larry Murray, switch hitter, batting lefty. Pitch, 42, that's ball 4, walk number 7. Sandy Alomar now next. He's a lefty. Waits for Eckersley. Eckersley gets the sign to the belt. And it's Snake Eyes. It's going to be ground ball to short. Duffy feeds Blanks for the force. And that ends the inning. We'll go to the top of the 6th. Ken Holtzman on the mound for the Yankees against George Hendrick. Hendrick, 27 home runs, 300 average. Hit 25 and batted .265. Pitch from Holtzman, 13. And that's a drive in the gap. Will Murray get there? Yes. Tracks it down. Read it well right off the bat. You could see him moving with the ball. Here's Joe List, who's hit a 2-run homer today, and 32 is going to be a line drive, but right at Carlos May for out number 2. And Charlie Spikes is up. And the pitch, and that is the fly ball. Opposite side, Gamble and Murray, and it's Gamble calling him off to retire the side. We go to bottom of the 6th. 4-2 Yanks. Yanks 4-4-1. Cleveland 2-7-0. Eckersley versus Fred Stanley. Pitch 14, and now the crack to right, and towards the line is Spikes. He's there. Can of corn for Spikes and right. Gene Locklear next. Pitch, and 32 will be a pop-up, and that's in front of the plate. Catcher calls off Eckersley. And here's Greg Nettles. Steps in the box. And Nettles sends one to the center. Manning makes the catch. Go to top of the 7th. Leading off is Frank Duffy. Pitch, 63 is a bouncer to second. Alomar. He's got it. Throws him out. Alan Ashby. The 21's a curveball gets him. Strikes out. 2 out. Top of the order. Manning. Manning batting 245. Has a couple of hits in this game. I think a couple of doubles. And he has 1 double in this game. I thought he had 2 for some reason. Pitch from Holtzman, and that's going to be a 33. That's going to be ripped for a base hit, base knock to left. So he's on with a 2-out single. And there is movement in the bullpen for the Yanks. And here's Buddy Bell. See what happens. That's a 41. That's going to be ball 4. Walks him. And that may be it for Holtzman here in this one. Let's see who we can bring in. Actual 103, blah, blah. Still got Grant Jackson, who's got innings. So we're going to go to Grant Jackson, see if he can finish this off for us. And see what happens. He's a lefty. All right, Larville Blanks runners on first and second. Grant Jackson checks in with Hendricks, gets the sign he likes to the belt, looks at Manning, and deals. And 14 will be a bouncing ball to Alomar, easy play, over to first, and that retires the side. So Grant does his job. Dennis Eckersley is going to face Carlos May. And he winds and deals with a 54. That's going to be a 54 chart lookout, and that's going to be a looping liner that drops in front of the center fielder. And will Manning boot it? I don't know. I rolled a 7. Manning in the outfield is a 4, so he'll make the play cleanly. And Carlos May picks up a single. So leadoff single from May, and Chambliss is up now. And Eckersley with the pitch to Chambliss. And that's going to be line base hit. And runner will stop at second. That's going to be it for Eckersley as well. So we're going to go into the bullpen for the Indians. Score is 4-2 Yankees. And Kern has definitely has some innings pitched. Going to bring in Jim Kern. All right. So Jim Kern will face Oscar Gamble, who runs on first and second. And Ashby goes out to have a few words with Kern. Meanwhile, Gamble steps out of the box, takes a couple of practice swings. Now looks down at the barrel of the bat. Gets steps back in the box and measures his position in it. And Ashby gives Kern the sign. Kern is happy with what he gets, and he to the belt. Carlos May takes his lead off first, and Chambliss second, and Chambliss off first. And here's the pitch from Kern. Yeah, that's going to be a 26 against the lefty. It'll be a base hit, but otherwise it's going to be a ground ball to the first baseman, Liss, excuse me. And this could turn into a dub. No, it will not. Liss is going to go to second for one, but that's all they'll get. So a fielder's choice, 3-6. And that's going to bring Elron Hendricks. With first and third and one out, they're playing the infield in. Kern. He's ready, and Carlos May shuffles off third. Gamble takes the lead off first. Hendricks, the batter. Here's a pitch. And a 24, which will be a hard hit fly ball to center field. Will this be deep enough? It will be deep enough, I believe. Yes, it will be deep enough for a sacrifice fly. And 2 out. Gamble remains at first, takes an aggressive lead. Kern throws over. Gamble goes in head first. Kern looks at Gamble, now looks at home. Murray, the batter. Murray today, what has he done? Who knows what he's done? Murray today is 0 for 2 with a walk. Like most guys, I believe he has a walk. Here's a pitch to Murray. And that's a 34, which will be a pop-up middle infield. Blanks and Duffy come together with 1 foot on the outfield grass, and it's Blanks who calls him off, makes the catch, and retires aside. So the Yanks pick up a big insurance run there. They lead at 5-2 now. And you got Rico Cardi leading off against Grant Jackson pitch, and 53 with a 7. That's a range play. But that 7 is low, and diving play by Stanley gets back up on his feet. The throw is low to Chambliss. Chambliss scoops it out, and a great play by Chicken Stanley, and a great play by Chris Chambliss. Yeah, Stanley is a 10, I believe. He is a 10. That's important to memorize certain players. You definitely want to memorize your shortstop, because he's going to be making a lot of plays. Here's George Hendrick, the pitch, and that's a drive way back into left field, and that ball is gone in the upper deck. So Hendrick makes it a two-run game with a solo shot, his 28th of the season. So, what a player, huh? All right, so here comes Joe Liss. He's got a 2-run homer today. He's got 4 home runs. Here's a pitch from Jackson, and that's going to be a 32, and that'll be a line drive and caught by the third baseman, L5. So Nettles goes up and snags it. 2 out. Here comes Charlie Spikes, right-handed hitter. Jackson winds and deals to Spikes, and a 64 will be a bouncer to short. Stanley comes to it. Nice hop over to first and in time. Alomar next, steps in the box, lefty hitter. 5-3 Yanks, 5-6-1, 3-9-0. And Alomar versus Kern. Here's the pitch from Kern, and that's a 24. That'll be bounced to second base. Blanks. He has it and throws him out. Fred Stanley. We can pinch hit for Stanley. We can pinch hit. Who do we pinch hit? I can pinch hit Rivers. Pinch hit Rivers, see if it's probably his last at bat of the season, see if he got a hit here. Make the quick, they call him. He's going to be called on to pinch hit, see if these can maybe pick up another run here. So probably this is the last game, or I'm 1 game away from the completion of a season. It's always a great feeling. We can look at the stats after this. Mickey Rivers will bat for Fred Stanley. And here's the pitch, and that's a 41, the ball 4. So he walks, a guy that hardly ever walks. So a 1-out walk, and Locklear is going to square, and it's a, could be a pop-up double play, and it is not. It's popped up. Foul territory. Bell comes crashing in and makes the catch. F5. And then it's Greg Nettles. Runner on first, the pitch from Kern, and the 13 will be a fly ball. In the gap, Manning on the run, and Manning comes up with it. Last licks for the Indians. New shortstop is Jim Mason. And it's going to be the bottom of the order, I believe. It's going to be Duffy Ashby. And then the top of the order. So we'll probably see a pinch hitter here versus Jackson. Going to bring in Ray Fosse. He'll hit. And here's a pitch from Grant Jackson. And a 14 on Fosse's card will be a bouncer to third. Nettles cuts it off. Throws on the run and gets him. Hold on a second. I may have, have to back up. I have to bring in the pinch hitter, which I didn't. I just highlighted him. Now it's a 5-3. And next pinch hitter is going to be, instead of Ashby, we're going to get Ron Pruitt. Ron Pruitt comes in. So Pruitt comes in instead of Ashby. And here's the pitch. And 22 is going to be ball 4. So he puts the tying run, brings the tying run to the plate in Rick Manning. So the Yanks are playing him straight away in the infield and outfield. Rick Manning has a couple of hits today. Jackson checks in with Hendricks for the side, looks over at Pruitt. And here's the pitch from Grant Jackson. That's going to be a 12, and that'll be a hit right back to the mound. And spinning around and going to second for 1. And I believe, hold on a second. 2 goes to second for 1, and no throw to first as Pruitt goes in, spikes high. So it's 1-6, 2 outs now. And that brings up Buddy Bell. Buddy Bell with 3 home runs, not a big power hitter. Against, let's see if we do have somebody who has some power here. Kuiper, Doug Howard. Frank Robinson's on this team. He only had 3 home runs. Really nobody with any power. Let me look here. Smith. No. Oh, Powell maybe? So Powell's a lefty, so you don't want to bring in the lefty. Who else do we have that's a righty? We have Griffin and Frank Robinson. You know what? We're going to go to... Let's see if Frank Robinson has a better number, home run number. It's taking a long time to just find a home run number on the card. Ah, there it is. Yeah, he's got a stronger home run number for sure. So we're going to bring a pinch hitter, Frank Robinson. So Frank Robinson is going to come in to pinch hit. And he's got the tying run at first. Grant Jackson gets the sign from Hendricks to the belt and deals. And, oh, that's a 54 chart look up, so I may be a wild pitch with a 16, and it will be. So he sends it to the backstop. Hustling to second is Manning. Another chance for the powerful Frank Robinson. All right, and here's the pitch from Jackson, and that, oh, I thought that was going to be gone. And a 62 will be a fly ball deep to left field. Carlos May on the run, and he makes the catch, and the ball game is over. Yanks win it by a score of 5-3. Kenny Holzman wins it 11-16. Dennis Exley takes the loss 20-16. Grant Jackson picks up his 4th save of the game. Remember to like and subscribe my channel. My name is Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV. And remember to click on that little bell so you get alerted as to all my videos. Let's look at the box score, and let's take it and put it on the site. Let me find it now. What time did that end? That ended at 2:32. So we'll find a game that ended at 2:32. There it is. So we're going to highlight that, or double click that. Then we're going to select all. We're going to copy. And we're going to take it over to Fall Classics site. Pop it in there, paste it, highlight it, select all. And then we're going to format it so it comes out nice and neat. And we're going to double check the score. Final score is 5-3. We're going to write that in. Yankees 5 and Indians 3. And I put 1976. Final series for sure this time. I think I said that once before, and it wasn't. It was the next to final series. So replay, and we post it. So guys can continue to follow these, and you have stats, right? Locklear batted 160, 239 for Nettles, May 316, 279 for Chambliss, Gamble 226, 215 for Hendrick, Murray 600 I think, or 0000, 283 for Alomar, 224 for Stanley, Rivers 331. So everything's right pretty much where they should be. And let's go back to our game and see if there's another game coming up. Let's play the day. No more games today. I'll go over the games today. Baltimore at Boston, and Boston edges out the Orioles 6-5. The win goes to Cleveland. The loss goes to Martinez. Cleveland 11-5. Martinez is 2-1. Willoughby with the save, his 10th home runs. Jim Rice is 25th. Royal Stadium in Kansas City. It's Kansas City over Minnesota 5-2. Leonard 18-11 gets the win. Bill Singer takes the loss 10-17. And it's County Stadium in Milwaukee. The visiting Tigers just edge out the Milwaukee Brewers by a score of 2-1. Friedrich wins his 20th, 20-9, while Slayton drops to 14-20 home run. Willie Horton his 11th. At Yankee Stadium in New York, it's New York 6, Cleveland 1. Ellis with the victory 16-9. Billy with the loss 5-10. Home runs, Oscar Gamble his 15th. Yankee Stadium again, so it was a day of doubleheaders, and it's 5-3. The Yankees. Holtzman with the victory 11-16. Exley with the loss 20-10. Save goes to Jackson, and home runs was Hendrick his 28th and Liss his 4th. California versus Oakland at Oakland County Coliseum. It's the Angels on top 6-2. Paul Hartzell 8-5 wins it. But I think it's Batten 0-1 loses it. Arlington Stadium in Texas. The visiting Chicago White Sox blank the Texas Rangers. Bob Johnson wins it 12-5. Bert Blyleven loses it 15-16. Home run. George Orta his 15th. At Wrigley Field in Chicago, it's a shutout, and Chicago wallops the Expos 11-0. Burris 9-11, 9-13. Excuse me. Warthen 3-9, and home run Morales is 15th. Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati. It's the Braves at Reds, and it's the Reds. They beat them 5-3. Zachary 14-6. Necro 7-21 loses it. The save goes to McEnany, his 2nd. And the Astrodome in Houston, Astros are visited by the San Francisco Giants, who win it 4-2. Lavelle wins it 7-7. J.R. Richard loses it 23-11. What a year he's had. Save goes to Moffitt. Let me bring these in a little bit. Home runs, Gary Matthews is 21st. San Diego Padres 6 versus the Los Angeles Dodgers 4. Box score: Griffith wins it 4-6. Sutton lost 16-14. Save goes to Freisleben, his second. Home run: Grubb, his sixth. Say, his 27th. And finally, at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, the Mets are defeated by the Phils by a score of 5-4. Lombard gets the victory, 15-11. John Matlack takes the loss, 12-14. Ron Reed picks up his 16th save. Dave Kingman hits his 41st. Schmidt hits his 35th, and J.C. Martin, I'm guessing, hits his 5th. And that's it. This is Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV. And will the Yanks have one more game on Sunday the 11th? That's the question. Let me play through this day, see if it stops. If it stops, they do play. Nope. No more games. That was the final game of the season, I believe. On Monday. No, that's it, guys. Done. So that was the last. That doubleheader was the last 2 games of the season. Wow. I promised I'd finish it, so I feel like I've definitely kept my word. And let's look at some standings. New York wins it by 23 games. Cleveland in second place. Baltimore in third place. Boston. You know what? I'm going to do a separate video on this simply because the video is pretty long. So I will come back and I will do a separate video on all the stats for my 76 season. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys very, very soon.